Hey everybody, this is Mr. Beckstrom again, and today we're going to be talking about Chapter 7, Section 3. This is on consumer loans, and we'll be looking at a couple of ways to pay off loans and a couple of ways that credit cards will charge you interest. Alright, let's go into it here. So the first thing is called the add-on interest method. And this is when you're determining monthly payments of some type of installment loan. Maybe you bought a car, or maybe you bought a boat. Sometimes we can use the add-on interest method. And that is the monthly payment is our principal, or P is the amount of the loan in this case. I is the amount of interest due on that loan, calculated using the simple interest method. And N is the number of monthly payments. So let's go ahead and go on to the next one, and then we'll look at an example of this. There's also the unpaid balance method. And with this method, you take the interest, which is based off of the previous month's balance. And it uses the simple interest method with the following changes. Let me change that so you can see that. So P is the previous month's balance, plus the finance charge, plus any purchases made, and we subtract any returns that we made and any payments that we made. R in this case is your annual interest rate, just like before, and T is going to be 1 over 12 because it symbolizes the part of the year that is the month. Since a month is 1/12 of a year, that's why we let our T equal 1/12. And then, going on to the next one, we have the average daily balance method. And this is more common with credit cards, with finance charges. So what you do on this here is you add the outstanding balance for your account for each day of the month. So any changes in that month is going to count. So it matters what time of the month you make payments or you make charges. Then we take the total of every balance for the month for each day, and then we divide by the number of days in that month. And then we use the finance charge. To find the finance charge, we use the formula I is equal to PRT, where P is the average daily balance found in step 2, R is the annual interest rate, and T is the number of days in the month divided by 365. It's going to be a number that's very similar to the 1/12 that we used before. However, it's a little bit more exact, where 30 over 365, it's very close to 1/12, but a little bit different. All right. So let's look at some examples here. So suppose you purchase me a brand new BMW for $50,000. Thank you very much. You take an add-on loan out for 7 years at an annual interest rate of 15%. What is your monthly payment? So take a second, go back to the formula for add-on interest and see what you can come up with. All right. So first we need to figure out the amount of the simple interest here that's charged over that 7-year period. So the simple interest formula is I is equal to PRT. P is the amount of the loan, the $50,000, times our 15% interest rate times 7 years. So that's going to be $52,500 you're going to be paying in interest. That's actually more than the amount of the car. So when you're buying a car and you see an interest rate around around 15%, and they try to talk you into that 7-year loan, realize that you might end up paying more than what the car is worth just in interest. All right, now we need to figure out what is our monthly payments. Well, over 7 years, and there's 12 months per year, comes out to 84 monthly payments, and then we plug it in our formula. So the monthly payment is the amount of the loan plus the total interest divided by the number of monthly payments, which you can see here, comes out to about $1,220.24 per month. Ouch! That is expensive, and you will be needing to make that payment every month for 7 years. So before you buy that $50,000 car, Think about that. All right, example 2. Suppose your credit card has an interest rate of 12.5%, and your unpaid balance at the beginning of the month was $1,325. Since then, you purchase a King Cobra for $450, and of course you need a wicker basket to go with that King Cobra, and that's another $20. You also returned this awesome white sports jacket that you bought after watching Miami Vice, for the old Miami Vice, for $150, and you sent in a payment for $250 to pay down your credit card balance. Using the unpaid balance method, what is your credit card bill for this month? So take a second, go back to the formula that we looked at for that unpaid balance method and see if you can figure this out. Alright, so for our formula, we need to really identify these variables that are part of our formula. We need to know our previous month's balance, which is $13.25, our finance charge on last month's balance, which is $13.80, and that's just that PRT, the $13.25 times the 12.5% interest times that 1/12. We need to know the purchases that we made. That was that King Cobra with the wicker basket, a total of $470. Our returns, that white sports coat that we returned for $150, and the payments that we made on the credit card for $250. So now we're going to plug and so remember, P is equal to the previous month's balance plus the finance charge plus the purchases made minus any returns minus any payments. So now we're going to plug all those amounts in where they go, and we get a total of $1,408.80. So that is our P, and that is, going back here, that's our credit card bill for that month, right? So what did it go from? It went from $13.25 to $14.08. Good thing we returned that Miami Vice jacket. Alright, example 3. Suppose you begin the month of December, which has 31 days, with a credit card balance of $540. Your credit card has an annual interest rate of 12%, and during December the following adjustments were made to your account. December 5th, you made a payment for $150 towards your balance. On December 12th, you bought a second King Cobra. I don't know what your fascination is with King Cobras, but it's not healthy. And then that was $450. And then on December 14th, you ended up having to buy some Cobra anti-venom. Yeah, you see what happens there? And that was $500. That was even more than your Cobra. And December 16th, you return the Cobra back, and they give you the $450 back. The only reason they gave you the full price back is because you saved some of that Cobra anti-venom, and you threw that in with the deal. However, that's your numbers there. So use the average daily balance method to compute the finance charge that will appear on your January card balance. So remember that average daily balance, we're going to have to find out the average balance per day for the entire month. So you're going to have to add up each day and then divide by that 31. So go ahead and see what you can do, and then I'll show you how I would do it. Alright, so we're going to do a table here to figure out the average monthly amount. Well, this table actually here will tell us the total balances for each day for all 31 days. So what it does is the first 4 days we just had that $540 balance from the month before. So it wasn't until the 5th day that that payment went down to $390. Excuse me, the balance went down to $390 because we made that $150 payment. So it was $390 for 7 days from December 5th through the 11th. And then on December 12th, we made a purchase for $450, so our balance jumped up to $840 for 2 days. So there's that, the $1,680, which is 2 days times the $840. And then on the 14th, we made a $500 purchase for the anti-venom, because why are you buying King Cobras? Uh, mm, all right, and that was for 2 days, right? So your balance went to 1340 for 2 days, which was 2680, and then we returned that King Cobra on the 16th, and for the remainder of the month, for 16 days, from the 16th to the 31st, our balance was $890. So you had say times the 890 by 16 days, you get 14,240. So in order to find the average daily balance, you're basically adding up all 31 of those days, which is this, and then we're going to end up dividing by 31. So you divide that by 31 and you get an average daily balance of $757.74. And then we're going to apply that simple interest formula. So P, that's 757.74. Our rate is 12%. Our T is 31 over 365. Multiply those together, and $7.72. That's the finance charge for December. So your finance charge on your January statement will be $7.72 from the average, from, where is it there? The average daily balance method from December. All right, if you have any questions, make sure to let me know, and I look forward to our next encounter. Have a great weekend.